Hey everyone, and welcome back for another episode in our First Thought series. And today's topic of discussion is the newly announced Nebula from Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, which continues the team after the earlier Groot, Rocket, and Star-Lord announcements. So, me being such a big Marvel MCU collector, how could I pass on talking about this figure? So, I will start with some basics. Figure is already up at Sideshow for pre-order for $285. Not sure how you all feel about that price. I know there's a lot of debate about whether this is too expensive or not. For me, it's unfortunately become more of the norm, not just with Marvel, but with pretty much all Hot Toys figures. I know some people do feel like there's a Marvel tax, but Star Wars and even DC are coming in at the same cost. So I think it's just across the board, that's the base price we're starting to see. And it is a point of consideration to picking this up because it's not cheap. Now, as far as the figure, I think Nebula looks incredible. I've already mentioned with the other releases that I really am a fan of this team suit look. I mean, for Marvel, it really is the first time we're getting that uniformity. And I think the suits themselves look great with the nice blue and dark red and that Guardians crest on the chest. I think they just fit in well together, and I think they're going to look great on display. You can also almost throw in a Captain America to the team, and he'll feel like he would fit right in. Now, moving on, this is, according to Hot Toys, a brand new sculpt. And while I do have the original Nebula figure, she's still boxed up, so I can't do a quick comparison to see what the changes are. But I think the sculpt looks amazing with the raised mechanical elements. And the eyes are always a big highlight for me, with some nice detail work, which is what I've come to expect from Hot Toys. Also, noticeably, there is no independent rolling eye system here. Now, someone did mention that in the past in some of the conversations that's probably missing because there's no hair piece to remove here, and Hot Toys doesn't want an unseemly joint line to access those points. But also, so I think that's definitely very possible. But also looking at Nebula, her eyes are much darker, so I'm not sure there would be much benefit to adding that feature here. Now, again, though, I think what we're getting from a sculpt point of view is great. To me, though, looking at the set, the two big highlights here that I'm impressed with, or there are two big highlights. And the first one is the amazing looking jetpack. It's not big. It's not at all like Captain America's wings or even the armored Wonder Woman wings. So not impressive like that. But there's something here that I really like with those thin elements and the wires. It's just like fine detail that work that really stands out. I really like the accessory. And even though I want that uniformity and that the team suits are providing, this does give you a uniqueness that helps set the figure apart a little bit. So I'm really liking that. And like I said, I like the detail work. Although I will note again, none of this lights up. Although Hot Toys is showing some images where it's lit up, they're just showing that for effect. Why Hot Toys felt the need to show that, who knows? But just to clear that up, there is no light up feature here. And that also applies to the alternate robotic arms, which are the second thing that I really like here. They don't light up, no light up features. It's more just paint applications to create that light looking feature. Now, I love that her arm looks more human in general with that sleeker mechanical look. But the highlight for me here, again, are the swappable attachments with the sword blade piece, and then you have those two, you have the one big cannon and the other one that's almost like a transforming purple piece that I really like. For me, the big one that I like is that cannon enlarged element. I think it adds something extra to the figure. And combine those with the flight pack, you really have a figure that looks stunning. So for me, she's another pre-order. Like I said before, I'm still fully committed to the MCU line and still looking forward to what they're putting out there, even if they have a stumble every now and then. Plus, I already have the other figures in the line ordered, so not going to pass on this one. And I just really like the way she looks. Now, even though I have the original Nebula release, this figure does embody my collecting philosophy, which is she looks significantly different from that previous release to warrant being added to the collection. Now, last note, every release so far has essentially teased the next figure in the line. For example, with the Groot, we got both pictures of Groot with Star-Lord and Rocket. Rocket teased Star-Lord, and Star-Lord had a shot of him standing back-to-back with Nebula, which we're getting now. On this one, we're not seeing any other figure. Does that mean anything? Hopefully you'll just say I'm reading way too much into that, and hopefully that's what I'm doing. But from a team perspective, we still need Drax and Mantis, and it would be a real shame not to get those. And I'm still holding out hope for an Adam Warlock and maybe a Gamora. The High Evolutionary would be awesome too, as I love collecting villains, and I thought he was a great villain. But I don't know that Hot Toys is going to go that deep on a line of figures. Although, with the latest set of Marvel delays, they might have some openings to let us breathe a little bit, and also add some additional elements to the Marvel pre-orders they have now. So maybe there's a chance. But again, happy that they haven't just finished with this line, and it was nice to wake up this morning to a really great looking Nebula figure. But that is my thought. Let me know your thoughts on this one and what you think the chances are that we'll get more announcements. And as always, thanks for watching, and if you are enjoying the content, please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll touch base on the next one.